So look at the digital marketing as kind of like the umbrella. One of those things as part of the umbrella is social media, which is super key. So I do want to start with social media because that's where a lot of people are at. More people are joining social media every day. There's a lot of people who are going on there for entertainment, for education, to learn, to get reviews, to see before and afters. People are going on social media every day, different social media platforms, doesn't matter what it is. So that's a good opportunity to do some marketing on those platforms, right? Great opportunity to do that. So which means that you want to be displaying what you have, you want to be coaching, you want to be speaking, you want to be doing product reviews, you want to put whatever you have in the best light on social media because you got more people doing that. And with the unique thing about social media is that people can subscribe to what you have, people can like what you have, people can tag what you have, people can find you through hashtags, people can find you through locations and geotags. So there's a lot of ways to where you can display what you have online and people can seek you out different ways and find you different ways. And if they like what you have because of what they found about you, that's going to be great. All right. So that's super key. Number 2 is you could do ads, but ads not necessarily just through social media platforms. A lot of times ads are through social media platforms, but there's different forms and different types of ads that you can do. At the end of the day, when you're talking about digital marketing, one of the big things that you can really focus on is you can focus on traffic. Obviously, you have social media ads to where you can do it on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube are the 3 biggest ones. But you have Google ads, right? You ever looked at Google ads? I don't know if you ever noticed. You probably have, right? When you type in something, you see the promotions, right? Not through social media, but imagine if your ad popped up at the beginning and somebody was able to see that. Imagine if you was at the top of the search results because of your ads, right? That's going to be super key, right? Banners are not necessarily the number one form, but banners work too. There's ways that you can have something that's called there's a technical term for it, but there's a term where basically you have the banners that follow you. You ever been to a website? You ever been going to different websites, and for some reason you was like, yo, they are promoting this product everywhere. Oh my! Why every website that I go on, I keep seeing this same exact banner? Yo, I feel like what's going on? Well, the reason is because they have your IP address, right? They set a cookie on you, so now every website that you go on that allows ads and banners, they allowed them to get that real estate on there to where now you're going on these different websites, and it's basically every website that you go on, you're going to see that, right? It's because that's how they have it set up, right? The advertisers have it set up. But that's super key because we know just from psychology that when the more influence, the more people see something, the more likely over time that they're going to want to be involved in it or they're going to want to have it. Other form of digital marketing is definitely through your website, right? So when it comes to your website, if you already have one, especially as a business owner, you know that this is something that you got to keep up to date. One, if it's not fresh, if it's not relevant, if it doesn't look new, people are going to be out of it. You can't have a website that's looking like it's from 2001, 1999, right? People are not going to want to engage in that, and that's going to be super key if you're talking about generating sales through your website. So you want to be providing value just as good as your website. You want to have your products and services on your website. You want it to be clear. You want it to be cutting edge. You want it to be fresh. You want the color quality to look good. If you got videos on there or images, you want that to be looking good because that's setting a precedence for your brand, and that's setting a precedence for if people want to do business with you or not.
Question becomes, okay, coach, well, then what do I need to do to get more eyeballs on, to get more people to view my offer? That's where we come in. That's where an email newsletter comes in. That's where a list comes in. Because at the end of the day, if you got somebody's phone number and you got somebody's and or somebody's email address, it's way more likely that they're going to see what you have. Somebody's way more likely to be able to open up an email and see it and read through it. People they can say, all right, I got this value from you. I've been getting it from you on an ongoing basis. All right, now let me go ahead and get that next step. Let me go ahead and take that next step. Now, what's interesting about that is, okay, I got it, coach. I understand that I got to have I have to have a list. Now, the question is, do I get somebody that comes directly from my newsletter list, and do I send them straight to a checkout page? You can, but typically if you're going to send somebody to an offer, you got to explain what it is first, right? So this is where we come in with what we call a landing page, right? If you're not already familiar with it or you don't already have one. So you're going to have a landing page. All the landing page is going to do is going to explain what your offer is, right? And your offer is going to be multiple. Your offer is going to be, typically is going to be multiple either products and or services that you're going to add. Like kind of think of a bundle, right? So there's a reason why I'm saying offer as opposed to just straight your masterclass. Because a lot of times when you offer your masterclass, you might want to offer like bonuses or offer something additional with it, because that's going to entice people to want to attend, right? Or to want to be a part of it. So if somebody's getting ready to purchase your masterclass, you might say, hey, listen, if you buy the masterclass this week, listen, this is special. This is a special week. This is how I'm doing. I'm running a Halloween special, right? And if you want access into this, into this masterclass for this week only, what I'm going to do is I'm giving everybody a free coaching call. So you might throw in a free coaching session with it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying, offer, right? But the core thing of what you're offering people or what you're selling is going to be your masterclass. So number one, very first thing is you got to know what makes a lead qualified. What makes a lead qualified? So the reason is you have to be very clear on who's qualified. Right? Who's qualified? When I first started working with coaches and speakers, anybody who ever had a thought of becoming a coach and speaker or speaker, I was like, come on in, I can help you. If you just had a thought in your mind, I'm like, if you thought about it 10 years ago, one time, I was like, qualified, right? And I get it, because he's like, I'm just trying to get some people in, and I help everybody. But you got to understand that if you really start bringing in people that aren't qualified based on your standards or based on who you want to work with, that's going to present problems to you down the road. So you gotta be clear on what makes somebody qualified. So for example, what makes somebody qualified to be part of the PCS program, right? So I'm because everybody's familiar with that. So I'm gonna give you that example, right? So what makes somebody qualified? One, you have to already be on this path, meaning you got to already be coaching and speaking, or you have to at least already been given free advice or doing it unofficially, is what I like to call. You got to already be on this path, right? Like it can't be the first time you thought about doing this has been when we had the consultation call. That can't be the first time you thought about, right? This had to be something that you was gonna do with or without me. Well, the second thing is, once you know what makes them qualified, you have to send a friend request. Send a friend request. Why do you think it's important to send a friend request and not just start sending random people messages? Why is it important? Facebook, Instagram, why shouldn't we just be sending people random messages? That's why it's important when we say put out content, that's why it's important, because when you send a friend request, people are going to look at your profile. And if what you have is relevant to what they need or what they've been looking for, they're going to follow you. So now, at a minimum, even if you start a chat conversation with them, they'll at least have an opportunity to see your content at some point. So it might not be today. It might be 13 months from now, right? And this is something that you need to track. A lot of y'all saying, yo, I'm not getting people following or liking my stuff or engaging. It's just not enough people in your market that know you exist. That's all it is. They just don't know you exist yet. So number 3, once you get the friend request popping, all right, this is where we connecting with our favorite people in the world. Our favorite people in the world is our audience. Let's talk to them. Right? So the next thing is, I want you to send a relevant
message. A relevant message. Send a relevant message. Coach, what you mean relevant message? Relevant message in terms of however they engage with you is how you want to start the message off. And I'm going to show you an example of what this looks like. But however they engage with you. So for example, if they follow me back, I can start off the conversation like, hey, thanks for connecting, or thanks for following. If they join my Facebook group, or if they like my page, hey, thanks for liking my page. Thanks for joining my Facebook group, right? If they comment, hey, thanks for commenting. You know what I'm saying? Like, start off the initial, because they, people are skeptical of bots, right? People know that bots exist, right? So they want to know that they're talking to a real person and it's not something that's automated. So make it relevant, that first message.